Honorable Minister for Sports, Mr. Mansukh Mandaviya, called me and he told me to go ahead and prepare the national cycling policy, draft a national cycling policy and submit it to them for further processing, which I did. And here I am placing before you, this is the first time I am sharing it in public, and I am placing before you the main features, the salient features of the draft national cycling policy. Our guiding principle are: future of mobility is based on 7 C's: common, connected, convenient, congestion-free, charged, clean, and cutting edge, as enunciated by the Honorable Prime Minister. This is where my son made the policy recommendations to Honorable Prime Minister, and in the link, the Prime Minister accepted these recommendations. These are vision and mission to make India, in India, cycling the natural choice for shorter journeys by 2030. It is our common practice, even to commute short distances, we take out our cars or scooters. Instead, take out your cycles, and then for shorter commute, cycling is ideal. And it will also contribute to the commitments we have made in the international fora, that is cycling to contribute meeting the Honorable PM's goal of reducing 1 billion metric tons of carbon emissions by 2030, cycling to help India achieve its commitment to reduce its emissions intensity by 45%, cycling to help India's long-term low-carbon development strategy, which aims at reaching net zero emissions by 2070, so on and so forth. Well, we are all aggrieved by the air pollution menace in our cities, particularly so in Delhi. And we know that very bad day, 18 November 2024, when AQI levels in Delhi touched an all-time high of 1800, which is most hazardous. And during winter, most cities in the north, they report very high AQIs. And it is a fact that air pollution menace is reducing the lifespan of citizens in urban India substantially. We don't want to lose even a few days of our life, but if we are to lose a few years, that is something not acceptable at all. And COVID, we all suffered with that. It killed 5 lakh people in 2 years in India, whereas air pollution is killing about 22 lakh citizens every year. That is how grave this problem is. So there is an imperative need to combat this problem. That is how the vehicular pollution menace is affecting us. Every year, more and more vehicles are added, and as much as 2 crore vehicles are added every year, and it is adding further to the vehicular pollution menace. I studied the national cycling policies of the leading cycling nations: Netherlands, Denmark, Germany, UK, Australia, and United States, and picked the important points and made them relevant to India in this national cycling policy. There is an imperative need for this national cycling policy because it will help in better environment, it will help in better health for citizens, it will help in the economy, it will help decrease in oil imports, and it will help in improving the livability conditions. The first and foremost step in this is creating a proper cycling infrastructure, and this would consist of dedicated cycling tracks. When there are dedicated cycling tracks and when people don't have to take the risk of the ever increasing traffic, the disorderly traffic conditions, then these dedicated cycling tracks are very much required. Then we have the tracks, we need the cycles also. We can't expect everybody to have their own cycle. Then an efficient and effective public bike sharing system shall be there in all our cities. Some cities have already gone ahead under a public-private partnership mode they have created, and our company Smart Bike has tied up with the city governments in New Delhi, Chandigarh, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kota, etc., and also with the defense establishments all over the country. And this PBS system, when it is available in all cities, it will further help the cause of cycling. Mandatory cycle parking in all establishments and parking lots will help a lot. Then car-free zones, like for example, crowded areas such as our Connaught Place. It should be limited, it should be made a car-free zone, and it should be limited only for cycling. Only cyclists can use that. Others, they have to either walk or cycle. No vehicle shall be permitted. And there are several such areas, crowded areas in Indian cities, and they shall be made car-free zones. Then cycling Sundays. I'm glad Sports Authority of India has come up with this already, and they are promoting cycling Sundays all over the country, and we all shall participate in that. Some tax incentives are required. The customs duty and IGST shall be 5% each on import of electric cycles and its vital components. And GST on cycles shall be brought down to 5%, as is the case with electric cycles. Then under section 80D, tax benefits shall be extended. Then there shall be incentives for private equity funds and venture capitalists for funding public bike sharing systems. This is very much prevalent and very popular in Europe and the American continents, both North American continent as well as South American continent, catching them young, making cycling and the need for cycling as part of the curriculum in high schools, and that would make the students, the younger ones, realize the importance of cycling, and they will not only catch it, they will also prevail upon their parents to practice it. Motivating students to cycle to schools and colleges, and those who cycle shall be given considerable credits by the respective schools, and cycle as one of the levers in scheme for empowering the girl child. When we met the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, she shared with us that they are giving cycles free to about 1.5 lakh girl students in Delhi, which is a laudable step. I hope that this will be done by other state governments also. Safety is a very, very important issue here. Well, I have had my share of cycling accidents where I sustained fractures, where I had to, in bed for weeks together. So I know how tough it is to be a cycle warrior and to brave the traffic conditions. So ensuring the safety of cyclists is of paramount importance. Cyclists should be given first right. All vehicles shall honor the first right principle by right of way to cyclists. This is already happening in Europe, and why can't it be done in India in a phased manner? Then at all traffic signals, there shall be signals for cyclists first, which are integrated with the overall traffic systems. Promoting cycling to work. All corporates shall be encouraged to promote cycling to work by their team members in their respective corporates, and they shall extend free loans, interest-free loans to buy cycles and incentives for cycling to work. Also create infrastructure for parking, freshening, etc. Most of these elements I listed in the national cycling policy would not require for heavy investments by the government. It can fund by itself. If 10% of CSR funds of every corporate shall be utilized for cycling promotion and creation of cycling infrastructure. CSR funds are massive. Every corporate has to set aside these CSR funds. And out of these CSR funds so set aside, if 10% are earmarked for cycling promotion, that will help a lot. Then any expenditure on cycling promotion shall be considered as a business expenditure and tax deductible. Special tax incentives to be given to PE funds, venture capitalists and banks for funding public bike sharing projects. Increase the share of cycling in transportation is the need of the hour, and it is happening all over the Western world, and cities as diverse as Bogota, Copenhagen, Montreal and Barcelona are leading the way. I have had the privilege of cycling in all these cities, and I have seen how disciplined the traffic is and how livable the city has become because of that. To make walking and cycling attractive options, cities must focus on safety, convenience, culture and comfort for cyclists and people on foot. Lastly, we need a Ministry of Smart and Sustainable Mobility along with a National Cycling Task Force, so that there will be focused development. And the National Cycling Task Force to be set up under the ministry to spread awareness, build cycling infrastructure and promote cycling all over the country. And this task force shall work on a mission mode such as Swachh Bharat, open defecation free villages, Namami Gange, LED bulbs revolution, etc. So we need actions like this. As I mentioned, it doesn't call for a lot of investment from the government. If only these are implemented, and most of these initiatives can fund themselves or can be funded by the corporates out of CSR funds and so on and so forth, then it will lead to a cycling revolution in India. That's what we need. We need a cycling revolution in India which would address the vehicular pollution menace and which would help in increasing the lifespan of the citizens, not only in Delhi but everywhere in the country. And it would be ideal if the Honorable Prime Minister can give a clarion call about the need for cycling promotion in his very popular Mann Ki Baat program. Thank you very much for your attention.
Manohar, we have amidst us a very senior member of India International Center, Mr. A.K. Jain. He retired as member of planning in the Delhi Development Authority, DDA. He has authored two very important books which he has given here: Sustainable Urban Transport and Systems, and second one is he has mapped the entire Delhi right from historical period and onwards. So Mr. Jain is here. I would like that he should also speak to So, Mr. Jain, our request would be that in the business session is going to start.
Yeah, sure.
Please speak.